Hello, welcome to the wonderful of Waikato Sheds, the Miranda edition. I've been itching to get up here. I've been seeing photos from Kyron over the last couple of weeks of the progress along the way. It's been looking amazing. I haven't had a chance to get up here myself, so I'm really excited about today. The last time you were here was actually with Sean and Jason, probably about 5 weeks ago, I would say. Sean followed the kit from Auckland, met Jason up here, we had a little chat with KT Cartage, and back then it was basically a blank slab, but we had our little steel house structure on the end. It's changed a whole lot since then. We're pretty much finished. We've got Dominator here, they're doing a door install, so it seemed like a really good time to have a bit of a catch up, bit of an update. You would have seen on the way in, it's a beautiful view. We're at Miranda, just across the Firth of Thames is Coromandel, so it's not a spot that I've really spent much time in. So I'm excited to have a little look around and check out some progress. So let's head on over, we'll have a look. So a couple of little unique little design features about this one that we don't often do is this one's actually clad in flaxpod matte. Most of the time we offer our sheds in the colour steel standard range. Flaxpod matte is a little bit different. It's got more of a textured finish and it's come up really nice. It's the first shed we've ever done with flaxpod matte, and it's been really nice. You can kind of see that it's smooth, but it's got a bit of a textured finish. It looks lovely as you look down. And what I spotted before was with the black sheds, it can be really hard when you're screwing in, or when the builders are screwing in the cladding screws, to not get little dimples. As I look across this in the sun, I can't see any dimples. Kyron, Debbie, Jackson have done an amazing job with the cladding. They've taken so much care. It looks amazing. Another little thing which is a really nice touch from the owners is they've chosen to do this little feature wall. This is lichen colour. This is just in the standard range, but not a colour that we use very often. So that's really nice. The flaxpod matte with the lichen wall. This is going to be there. They're going to do a bit of a deck or an outdoor area here, so that's going to be really nice. We've probably got a architect's render that we can show you to sort of see what they've got in mind here, but it's really nice, and obviously looking out to the Firth of Thames, it's pretty amazing. So as I mentioned earlier, when you were last here for the kit delivery, it was just the steel house structure and nothing else. It's obviously progressed a lot further, and let's come on and have a little look. There's definitely two quite clear different parts of structure. The steel house is forming the habitable section of the shed. It's a nice little dwelling. The owners plan to live in here for a little bit and build their house in the future, which is an amazing option. A lot of clients we deal with do that. They build a shed with a dwelling with plans to build a house down the future, so it's an awesome option. It's very clear. Obviously this is the habitable section. This has all got cavity batten around it, built to habitable standards. And then obviously our bread and butter, portal frame sheds. We've been doing it for almost 20 years, and this shed section is all portal frames. So overall we're 10 metres span by 21.3 long, and obviously a mono pitch, so the portal frames are a bit heavier. They've got to span that 10 metres, so it's all beefed up a bit. And what you'll see is we've got some quite solid brace frames around the roller doors. Now that's mainly because of wind loading, and also because of these doors are wind locked. So the doors are designed so that the doors can't blow in. They're locked into the track, and because of that, the openings need to be strong enough to support that wind beating in on the roller doors. So there's a bit of extra framing around there, which isn't typical for us, but it's also obviously built by design. We all know about that. We've said it a million times, and this is a true example of it. And this brings us to the Dominator. They're doing the door install. We may as well have a quick chat to them, see what they're all about, and see what they're up to. All right, we're here with Ryan. Hey, mate.
Hey.
Hey, Ryan's from Dominator. We've got Saul in the background fitting away the door. Ryan, how you been, mate?
All right.
Yeah, nice. How long have you been with Dominator?
I've been with Dominator for 3 years now.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Been with them since I've been in the country.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've been working with them for some time. Usually been into the residential, but now we're getting into the commercial.
So yeah, we've been dealing with Dominator for probably a couple of years, I'd say. And as you say, we started out with just doing smaller sheds, smaller roller doors. Now we're branching out and getting you guys to do some bigger stuff, which is awesome. You guys are a good company. We like dealing with you guys. How are you going today?
We're getting there.
Yeah.
These wind locks are a little fidgety, but they take some tender love and care
Yeah,
to make sure they
sweet.
run correctly.
Nice
but
one, yeah.
we always make sure that we leave with the best possible outcome.
Good stuff. And so tell me a bit more about the windlocks. From what I understand, it's a track and the door's kind of locked in there.
So
somewhere.
on our normal Rollers Series 2, which is our bit larger, more industrial doors, it's just a U-channel screwed to the wall, and they have a nyla felt, which creates a quieter run, and the door can move freely into that. With the windlock, it is an aluminum track, aluminium for you Kiwis. And that comes with the door having a plastic guide on it for quietness, and then a steel hook that actually runs and hooks into the alley track.
Yeah, okay.
So that actually provides the strength, and it prevents that door from blowing in.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. And you can see we've had to put the timber up the sides, which also isn't typical of what we would normally do. We'd normally just go straight to steel. But because of those brace frames I mentioned earlier, the big thick plate at the top and the bolts, we've had to just pack the doors out a bit. And is that better for you guys having timber on there?
It is.
Yeah.
It creates a little bit easier attachment of the tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to get around those bolts and make sure everything runs smoothly is the real outcome for that.
Yeah, cool. And obviously, have you spent much time up in Miranda?
Actually, this is my second time here. I've done a door closer to the coast, someone's boat shed, nice large sectional.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
very beautiful spot here.
It is. It's lovely. And as I was driving up, it's definitely shed country because I drove past a couple of really nice sheds. So they're all dotted around the place. So yeah, I'm sure you guys will be up here again sometime soon. It seems like there's plenty going on up here. Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work. Yeah, hopefully the rest of the install goes well.
Cool.
Cheers.